Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the post Smackdown live stream for August the 23rd. I'm going to be reviewing what happened tonight on Tuesday night Smackdown Live. Everyone's piling in here because we're doing a live stream, so welcome to everyone that's here. What a show. Alright, let's put some stuff on the screen here. And let's talk about SmackDown. Now, to kick off the show, Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan came out. They announced new championships, the tag team and the women's SmackDown tag team. Kind of disappointing because they're the same exact titles from Raw, but I mean, what do you expect? This is the same company that made the Universal title just a WWE Championship mixed with Shinsuke Nakamura's jacket, so you know, what are you gonna get? But anyways, so it kicked off with these new championships, and you know, they had the tag team segment. Heath Slater came out, which was great. I love me some Heath Slater. And I don't know if there's anything too big that happened. I mean, the whole AJ Styles thing, which I'll get to in a second, and the Dolph Ziggler match was great. No complaints from me here. So the main event is set for Backlash. It's going to be AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose for the WWE Championship, which is the first ever SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view. So that's kind of cool. But I don't know. I feel like SmackDown was better than Raw, in my opinion, only because Raw had so many different things going on, like Finn Balor's injury, and they had a shuffle to rebuild that or whatever. So I could see why SmackDown's better this week, but I still think they could have done a lot better stuff with the whole tag team and women's championship. But six-pack challenge, that's cool. It's gonna be I don't know if the face heel turn. Let me get to that. Carmella took on Nikki Bella in one-on-one competition, and apparently Carmella turned heel, turning Nikki Bella face. I guess I'm not really sure how that went down. I was like half paying attention, honestly. Not like saying like I didn't like enjoy it, whatever. I just wasn't really paying attention, but apparently Carmella is a heel now. Nikki Bella is a face, so take that for what it is, I guess. Quentin Dolph did not win. AJ Styles won, so it'll be one-on-one match as you see here on your screen. AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose. It's interesting because I think they pushed Dolph so hard in August. They're like, okay, he's a main event guy now, and it kind of just like, well, what was that for? He lost. He didn't even get his rematch. He's not gonna be in a triple threat match. I thought maybe they would do Bray versus Dean and have Styles versus Ziggler at Backlash, which could have made the card even more deep, like in matches. Like, oh, you have this match and you have this match, and I think that'd be kind of cool. But I guess they're doing Bray versus Randy, which I'll get to in a second as well. But I just think AJ Styles versus Dean is going to be a great match. I think they should have like 2 or 3 matches in a row, one after another. And I think it'll be a great feud, and it'll hold them off until they get, what is this arena? Jesus. I downloaded Backlash Arena offline, and I get this. I don't know what this is. But AJ Styles, just great. His match with Dolph Ziggler, fantastic. But let's move on to the whole Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt thing. Apparently, that's the next big feud for SmackDown Live. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. No complaints here. I figured they're going to do that eventually. I don't know it's going to be right now. I thought Randy would go away for a month or just kind of fade away for a little while because of the whole Brock Lesnar situation. But I guess they want to have him feud with Bray Wyatt, which I'm fine with. I want Bray to always be doing something. Bray's too great not to be doing anything. The fact that he's not in the WWE title picture right now it's a shame. But I get it because Styles and Ambrose kind of need their own program. God, what is wrong with AJ's eyes in this game? I don't know what I downloaded here. So yeah, so Bray and Randy are gonna be at Backlash. The six-pack women's challenge or six-pack women's championship match. Guys in the chat, well, everyone, welcome to the stream. What do you guys think about the women's and the tag team Smackdown championships? I personally think they just got extremely lazy. Honestly, like, I think the women's title does look good, but the tag titles, you can't really see too much of a difference, honestly. I was hoping they would do like, you know, how they used to have. They used to have the Raw belts and the Smackdown belts, and they look different, and it made them unique. Now, everything's the same, apparently. I just hope when they bring back that Cruiserweight title, the Cruiserweight division on Raw, it's not... I seen an image of this on Twitter. It's not the same design as, like, the WWE and all that, but green. Like, that would be the worst, in my opinion. So hopefully that's not a thing, but SmackDown, you know, well, I'm trying to remember what I was saying. The six-pack women challenge, that's right. So six-packs women challenge. It's gonna be Nikki Bella, Carmella, that kind of rolls off the tongue there. Natalia, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, and Becky Lynch. I think that's the six. And I think it's a perfect time to put over Becky Lynch as the face of SmackDown Live, but I don't think she's going to win it. Only because I think they need to start off with a heel. Carmella will be fine, I guess. I don't think she's ready for that, though. Maybe Alexa Bliss or, like, Natalia. I think Natalia would be cool as a SmackDown Women's Champion. Only reason because I like seeing Becky Lynch chase after the title rather than defend it, if that makes sense. At least right now, I don't want to see her defend. I want to see her chase for it because I think that would be a better story to tell. But, you know, whatever. SmackDown's been doing pretty good, so I have faith in whatever they do. And then we had the Tag Team Championships, which, you know, I'm not necessarily, like, they got some good tag teams. I mean, the whole Heath Slater Rhino thing is pretty funny to me. I thought it was going to be Kurt Hawkins. I don't know if anyone else thought Kurt Hawkins was going to be his tag team partner. I thought it was, but I think a good team with Rhino, you know, like a kind of like a Daniel Bryan Kane, you know, oddball tag team. I think that's a great storyline. I love oddball tag teams. I just don't know. Slater's like a tweener, or is he like? Because he does some heel things, right? And you know, he puts himself over, but the crowd loves Heath Slater. So I'm not sure whether to think, oh yeah, this guy is a full-on heel, or maybe he's starting to turn face and he's teamed up with Rhino. It's kind of just like, I don't know. So I guess we'll have to see. That's pretty cool though, how he got his tag team partner and all that stuff. But I don't think they're going to win a tag team tournament. I think they're going to keep this Heath Slater storyline going on for another month. The tag belts, I wanted them, you know, and I don't think this would have happened in any time, but I wanted Breezango to win the tag team belts just because I love Breezango so much. And American Alpha is my favorite tag team, but if Breezango faced anybody else, I would want them to win and then kind of move on to the finals. I don't want them just to be another team. And it's kind of hard to put over teams when you have a thin roster of teams. You know, like you're facing the Ascension versus the Usos every week, right? How is the Ascension going to get over if they always do the Usos get the win back? Then the Usos look weak if they lose. And it's like, they need to do what Raw's doing. And I know they don't want to bite off Raw, but get some local competitors in there. Get some indie wrestlers in there, you know. Just a random team. Have the Ascension destroy them. Build them up. Have them be credible, and then you have another contender. So it's not just American Alpha and the Usos going at it every month. The Ascension, you're going to bring in the Revival eventually. I think they have a lot of potential in that tag team division, but I think Breezango would be a great addition. Just the way they've been losing, though. I mean, I can see why they don't think, or anybody thinks they're credible. So that's another thing. What else happened on SmackDown Live? I'm trying to think here. Not much, because it's a lot of, and I like this more than Raw, because Raw is 3 hours long. You gotta sit 3 hours of wrestling. At first, when it first came out, I was younger, so I was like, yeah, this is cool, more wrestling, right? Now I have to stop. Like Raw this Monday, I didn't do a review on it because I didn't finish watching it. Like I watched, and I saw the main event was Roman versus Y2J, and I'm like, you know who's gonna win that. I caught some clips on YouTube, but it was nothing. SmackDown definitely won this week. Oh, speaking of SmackDown, the opening segment, awesome. AJ Styles comes in with the John Cena Never Give Up armband. He puts it on his head. He's wearing it throughout the show on his arm. I thought that was great. I think AJ Styles is a great heel. I think doing stuff like that really gets him over. At least with me, gets him over. I don't know. I think that's just my opinion on AJ Styles is the man right now. I know Seth Rollins is the man, but AJ Styles is just on fire. Look at that move right there. I love that move. For some reason, JBL thought that was an attitude adjustment at SummerSlam. I don't know. Speaking of JBL, God, has JBL gotten worse on commentary? I used to love JBL on commentary, but this guy's making no sense now. It's like they were Dean Ambrose on commentary, right? And I think Dean Ambrose mentioned something about if I was a betting man, something like if I was a betting man, I want to put my money down on this, I'd be having a heart attack because the match was so back and forth. The Ziggler Styles match. JBL out of nowhere says, I almost won the lottery last week. What does that have to do with anything? I mean, I know it's this whole like, oh yeah, the betting, whatever. Ambrose had the hat on and he hit chips and all that stuff, but like, come on, JBL. What? Okay, you won the lottery? Yeah, there's a match going on in the ring. Maybe you should commentate it. Same goes for David Otunga. I don't like David Otunga. I think Morrow is great, but the other two, no. What else happened on SmackDown Live? The Miz was there. I mean, being Intercontinental Champion, and he's just kind of there, didn't do anything besides talk to Steven Spielberg like that was really him. And Heath Slater. Come on, that's your Intercontinental Champion. Where's the next contender? Why isn't he in the match? Maybe I missed something with The Miz. I don't think I did. But I just don't really understand why he didn't do anything else. What else? Apollo Crews, the guy that just lost last night. You know, you kind of want to build him back up. And I believe the only segment he was in was the opening segment with Styles and Ziggler punching each other or what have you. So that was kind of weak. To people in the chat, Michelle and the Panda, welcome to the stream. Still talking about SmackDown Live here. Not the best. You know, it was a good show. I don't think there was much bad about it. But the start of the show and the end of the show were great. Styles and Ziggler start the show and they end the show. That's how every SmackDown should be. You know, you set something up and then you build it. You know, they're building throughout the show. Ziggler comes out, he attacks him or what have you, and or he threatens to attack him. And who was it? Shane came out and he said he was like, you know, you guys want? Oh no, it was Daniel Bryan. He was all mad. You guys want to mess up this show? You want to see them fight? You know, whatever. So the way they built that out through the whole show, I thought was awesome, and their match was amazing. So that's storytelling. SmackDown's doing it right. I think Raw needs to catch up, and I'm not gonna blame Raw because they've just lost their main champion to injury, which seems like a common thread in WWE for the last year. So I can't blame them, but they're doing something wrong, and SmackDown's doing everything right. American Alpha versus Breezango, good match. American Alpha, I thought they'd be getting more over. They haven't got the crowd reaction that they did when they first got drafted, which I think is a shame because they're great. They're like they should be the most over tag team in the world. They were really over in NXT, but I think once they win those titles, they'll be solidified. I think these new SmackDown, and the SmackDown crowd is just different from the Raw crowd. I mean, I know it's not taped, so it's not a fake crowd. It just seems less. They were into it for the Styles and Ziggler match, but they seemed less into it than I would have assumed. Considering the whole show was great. I mean, wrestling fans, and I don't know where they were at because they were in Brooklyn, right? But I didn't keep track of where they went for this show. It was something to do with casinos, right? Because it was casino. Now I don't think they were in Vegas. Were they in Vegas? I have no idea. But the whole show was great, and the crowd was just kind of dead for it. So I mean, that's a down. But other than that, great, right? But so let's talk about Backlash. Backlash being the first SmackDown only pay-per-view coming up September 11th. Main event, Ambrose, Styles, perfect. Tag team finals, which I think is going to be American Alpha versus the Usos. I don't know how that tournament's set up. Maybe Slater and Rhino make it. I don't know if they can. But, they're a Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. Is that like a casino place? I have no idea. But the tag team titles, I don't know how the tournament's set up, but I don't think Slater and Rhino are going to win the titles, even though I think that would be pretty funny. I think they're trying to build like a serious division at first. Maybe bring those comedy teams later on, but I think their first champions should be a serious team. So American Alpha would be the pick there. Six-pack challenge for the women's championship. No complaints here. I think that's going to be a great match. I think they should have another women's match, but their roster's so thin. I don't know who else is in a feud. I don't know if I'm missing anybody, but I don't think they have really anybody else, unless they sign somebody, which I don't think they're going to do in this span of time. And I think Bray versus Orton is going to be at what's it called? Bray versus Orton is going to be at Backlash 2, which is going to be great. It's I can't see Bray going over just because Randy just lost big time against Brock. Maybe if they have another rematch at No Mercy in October, I can see Bray going over, but at least for Backlash, Randy is going over. But I don't think I missed anything. I guess The Miz. Who is he defending his Intercontinental Championship against, and who I'd like to see him face? Well, I think Baron Corbin and Kalisto. I was going to say Kalisto, but I think Baron Corbin and Kalisto are still kind of in that feud. I don't know if they're going to fight at Backlash. I mean, that'd be a good kickoff match show thing. You know what I mean? Kalisto's out of the equation for The Miz. Maybe Rhino, if he's not with Slater at the pay-per-view. Maybe Kurt Hawkins. I don't know if he's going to come back that soon. Maybe Apollo Crews again. I could see that happening. Wow, AJ Styles just won the WWE Championship on here. But in terms of SmackDown tonight, I thought it was an overall great show. I thought it was not 10, not perfect, like 7, 8 out of 10. And compared to Raw, I think Raw was like, 4 or 5 out of 10. It was pretty boring and lackluster, besides Bayley coming back, which that alone gives you a full, star. If it was like a 10-star rating, a full star. Maybe even 2, because Bayley's so awesome. But, I just wanted to give my quick reaction to SmackDown. I know not much happened. New titles, new feuds, new pay-per-view coming up, so I thought this would be a perfect time to give my thoughts. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, smash the like button. If you're watching on the stream, thank you for coming. I know it was a bit of a short stream, but I didn't want to talk an hour about a 2-hour show. It's already long enough. But I thought overall the show was great. I can't wait till next week. I hope Raw picks it up, because right now, even though the ratings might not tell the story, I think SmackDown Live is killing it and destroying Raw. But so anyways, guys, I'm the Gaming Prophet. I'll talk to you guys later.